Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you are set up to have an amazing day. And if you're not, I invite you to stay tuned. Join us here for an all new episode of Project Joy Live. We've got a special guest. We're going to talk about music. And really, there's nothing more joyful than that. So stay tuned. We're going to start right now. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you are doing well today. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and you are watching Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the 9 a.m. Eastern Time hour. I hope you guys are feeling well today. I got a little, apologize ahead of time. I have a little cough drop, little cold thing happening, but no big deal. We got this. So I went for my usual routine this morning on Wednesdays with my son to go get some coffee. Went and grabbed coffee, came home, wrapped up in my warm. It is cold outside, everybody. It's starting to feel like late fall here in southeastern Connecticut. And so wrapped up in my poncho. Got my coffee, grabbed myself a cough drop, and then came on here to be with you all today. So I'm really happy to be here with you. And we've got a great show in store for you as usual. So let's talk about it now in the Morning Brew. So listen, I have to tell you guys something really funny. I shared with you how I've been getting up every morning for the last 17 weeks now. I think 17. Brittany, if you're out there, did we determine if it's 17 or 18 weeks? I didn't do the math before I came on here. Anyway, told you that we've been meeting up in our virtual gym and doing some sort of exercise in the morning. When I was little, my mom occasionally would call me Grace, and not because I was graceful, because I was not. I would be literally I could trip up the stairs, down the stairs. I'm not very graceful. Okay. I'll be eating. I'm the first one to spill something on my shirt. It just is who I am. Okay. And so I have this round, we have like linoleum type floors in our apartment, and I have this round rug in the living room. And don't you know that I've been doing these workouts from Get Fit with Rick. He's on YouTube. High energy, super fun. They're like walking/dance workouts. And I finally you guys know how I feel about the working out, okay? But so this song comes on that I'm like, I know the dance. I'm going to do the dance moves. I'm singing along and I'm grooving, not thinking about the rug that's under my feet. And I went ice skating for a moment. The rug slips. I'm like, oh God. And that was it. Well, now my workouts have changed because it's cold in the morning and my feet are cold. It makes me feel better to do the walking in bare feet rather than in shoes. So I stay in my bare feet, but now my bare feet are cold. So I want you guys to know I'm being extra careful, extra cautious because now I need that rug under my feet so that I don't freeze to death in the morning. But I'm still getting up and I'm doing it, and I'm very proud of myself because this is the longest time I've gone every single day with getting up and doing something for myself, whether it's walking, dancing, yoga. I've done qigong, which I learned that I really love. But like my favorites, like I said, are the Get Fit with Rick videos, because he has all the hits on there. You'll be singing along. Next thing you know, the workout's over and you're like, did I do something? My sweat tells me I did something. But so I'm being careful, guys. Okay. I'm trying not to lean into the grace, but I'm doing my best over here. If you're joining us live this morning, let me know what's bringing you joy today. Coming up on the show, my co-host Olivia Ambani is here. We're going to bring her on in just a moment. And we're going to talk about music and gratitude and how they relate, and maybe some of our gratitude moments where music is concerned. And we'll just dive into that and have a fun conversation. Let's see who's joining us this morning. We have Miss Nancy out there. Good morning, Miss Nancy. Miss Brittany is here. Happy Wednesday. Brittany said I had to think for a minute what day it was. Then I remembered. Duh, Brittany. Olivia is on today. It's Wednesday. That's correct. See, this is what happens. This is why we do a routine. So everybody, we're just trying to help you here. Know what day it is. Good morning, Miss Rhonda. Good to see you. It's week 18. Week 18 for the exercising. Every day. I have shown up every single day, you guys, except one. So how many that? What's 7 times 18? Somebody do the math for me. 7 times 18 minus 1. That's how many days. My dad would that's not nice, Rhonda. He would moo at you. That's not nice. I don't like that. That's not joyful. Good morning, Teresa. Good to see you today. My daughter Nina is in the building. Good morning, Nina. Listen, I didn't slip today. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. Let's see. The stars in the clear, dark sky bring Rhonda joy. I love that. I had that moment the other night. It was so dark out, and the stars were just so bright. And then there was one that looked like a star, but it was really bright. And I was explaining to my daughter that that's the space station. It's not a star. It's just super bright. And you can kind of tell if you look at the space station long enough, like you get spots in your eyes. But in addition, if you stare at it, it almost looks like it's not, circular like a star. It looks like it's anyway. It looks like it could be something different, but that maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my stigmatism. Could be could be that too. Sharon's here this morning. When you find joy, even with exercise, look what happens. That I try to find my joy in it. I've shared before about I've had challenges my whole life with my health, and so exercise in itself doesn't bring me a lot of joy, and so I have to find something within that brings me joy. And for me, it's the music. If somebody's super positive, if the workout is easy enough for me to be able to shift to work with my own body, then it works out well. And so I'm really enjoying you guys got to check out Get Fit with Rick, and or join us in the morning, because we have them in the virtual gym. You can come to the Breakthrough Show Network.com and join us there. Miss Brittany's here. There's Kevin Kiley. Guys, new Christmas music coming out November 22nd. Christmas Brings Magic by Kevin Kiley. Make sure you guys check that out. Kevin, drop your if you have your DistroKid link, drop it down below. I have a fabulous invitation to join my besties Ken and Roger for Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving with lots of veggies. Love that, Nancy. Let's see. Close Encounters. Yeah, it was not a Close Encounters. It was the space station. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for contributing in the comments. I want to bring my guest co-host on today so we can get to our conversation. She is an entrepreneur. She is an amazing singer, songwriter, all of those things. And she is my Kenyan bestie. So without further ado, please welcome back Olivia Ambani.
It's gonna be all right. Better than just fine.
Hello, Olivia.
Hi.
Always good to have you back. See your smiling face. And let me tell you something. In the last week, we've needed that song here in the United States. Everybody just simmer down. take the
Oh,
temperature down and listen to Better Than Just Fine by Olivia, and it'll all be fine.
yes, you can listen to it and focus on the positive side, okay?
That's it. That's it. How are you today?
I'm good. It's raining a bit where I am, but I am very well. Hi, Teresa. Thank you. Hello. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm choosing to look on the sunny side. There's lots of different things happening behind the scenes, but
Yeah,
I'm grateful. I have a lot to be grateful for. Yeah.
love that. Love that. And we're going to talk about that today. So one of the things I wanted to start off with is because, we are a global network, but it's easy for us, I think, to get wrapped up in whatever holiday things and holiday traditions are in our area and not really know what goes on around the world. So obviously Thanksgiving is coming up for us, and so that's why we're on this theme of gratitude right now. And because that's the thankfulness and gratitude is the theme. And so is there anything that you guys are celebrating? Like, what do you celebrate at the end of the year where you are?
It depends. So, like for us in Kenya, like we have, I think, our independence, like on the 12th of
Oh
December.
wow.
So we have that. And then we have Christmas. I mean, for those who celebrate Christmas, because not everyone celebrates it, but those who do like on 25th and 26th Boxing Day. So there's that people celebrate. Yeah. And then for our Christmas, it's warm. It's our summer. So we have a hot
Wow.
yeah, we have nice sun, and a lot of people go to the coast in Kenya, like Mombasa or the coastal region. So there's Mombasa, there's Watamu, like so people are on the beach. People go to the beach or they go to their families, which is out of the city, so up country. So a lot of people in Kenya have second homes outside the city. So
Mm.
that's when they'll normally travel there. So a lot of people would do that. So that's kind of the things that we would do. Not everyone does. Sometimes just meet up with family wherever they are. But yeah, that's kind of what a lot of people do.
I love that. I love that. We have, like I said, we have a theme of gratitude and joy and togetherness, that sort of themes this time of year. Are there any themes that you feel like run through your end of the year other than like, it's beach time because it's warm?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of community, family get-togethers. There is the gratitude, yeah, but a lot of like community-based things, people coming
Mm,
together, reflecting on the year, and yeah, I think there's generally like gratitude for different people, but a lot of reflection and a lot of singing, like a lot of carols and just enjoyment. There's a lot of enjoyment, whether you work somewhere and they have like a lot of end-of-year parties or schools having a lot of concerts. So yeah, there's a lot of singing and just enjoyment and overall gratitude in different spaces.
I love that. I love that. Have you taken much? I mean, I'm going to assume you have, but I'll ask it anyway, just just because. Have you taken much time to think about how gratitude relates to music in your life?
Yeah, that's interesting. So I don't know if I've been intentional necessarily, but
Mm.
it's definitely been like I think 2 weeks ago or so, I was working on a marketing project, and it was for someone who did like it's called orchestral worship, and it was basically an event that celebrates music and how it can help someone through like mental illness or health.
Mm.
So the founder of that event, struggles with different conditions, and when she was in a very dark place, there were different songs that really ministered to her. And so she created this event to kind of help other people, and specifically those who are like faith based, because she felt like, faith based people ignore mental health sometimes and say, like, you should use your faith instead. So, in terms of that, when I was helping with that concert and just, marketing it, I was thinking about how powerful music is and how like I can't imagine a day without music, and like music can literally save lives. So for me, absolutely, I'm always so grateful. And then I think the deeper gratitude I've gotten personally is that I'm a musician. Like I've had deep gratitude over the last year or two. I'm just like, I get to be a musician. I get to write my own music. It's on Apple Music. Like I get to perform. Like I no longer take it like I don't take it for granted because I know it's a special thing. So for me, it's like I get to do something I've always imagined. So to me, music gave me that, and also just what it does for me personally. So yeah, music and gratitude are just, you can't separate them, I don't think.
I don't think so either. I don't think so
Yeah.
either. I feel like um eh, Music really did save my life when I was younger, when I was a teenager. It really I felt like there were, even thinking back, I think about now, like, how many moments I felt like it was the only thing I had.
Mm,
And really, truly, because I was mentioning, before the show, like, I'm not a born organized person. It's very difficult for me to focus, and I've always had that issue in school and everything. And so, during those moments of frustration, if it wasn't for my music teachers, my band and chorus and all of these things, like, I don't know that I would have enjoyed school as much as I did. Um, for those of you, if I have any of my old teachers that are that are watching right now, it's not to say I didn't enjoy your class, but it was harder for me. It was harder
mm,
for me. And because I had that music to look forward to, I feel like I was able to push a little bit harder and give more effort to those other classes, because I was like, well, if I get this done, I get to go hang out in the band room, or, whatever else. And so, and I love that I'm still connected to a lot of my music teachers now, and I get to, um tell them regularly that what they've meant in my life, and what music has meant as well. So for me too, I don't think I've ever sat down and been like, how does gratitude relate to music for me? But it's you can't have one without the other. At
true.
least that's been, my experience. Have you What have been some of your most um poignant moments that you're the most grateful for where music is concerned?
Ooh. I think a lot of them tied to my career, but some also tied to just my life. So one of them was when I was like trying to work on not try when I was working on my album and I really just wanted to give up and I was just like, this
Mm.
is long, it's too much. And then I remember it was actually like midnight or something, and I was like really crying, and then I just started singing Better Than Just Fine. Like literally, I was just, the words suddenly meant they had a whole new meaning. It was not a song I wrote, it was something that was speaking to me like, I've been walking this road too long to give up right now, and just it just hit home. And so for me, I still remember how it felt that day, and having that song to just sing to myself and affirm was it was very pivotal because I was tired. I was I was done. I was like, and just having that kept me going long enough to see my career where it is. And then I think the other one was when I lost my auntie last year. And then again, like I was singing like Let It to myself. Again, I'm grateful that it happens to be songs I've written. So I remember like I was singing, there's a part of the song, just let it all flow away. Don't let it consume you. And that's the part I kept singing to myself, even before I really knew. I think my spirit knew what had happened, but we hadn't yet been told. And then even when I went to the hospital, like my mom really broke down because it was her sister, and like that was a part of the song I kept singing to her to just soothe her. So, and I sang it at the funeral as well. And so for me, those are very pivotal moments because like I can remember how I felt, like the pain and like what those songs did for me. So yeah, I think those specific moments are the most recent that I can think of. Yeah. What about you?
I okay, so a couple. One for me was when I was volunteering at a nursing home that my grandfather was in. I wanted to spend more time with my grandfather after he had his stroke, so I volunteered at the nursing home where he was staying at, and I volunteered in the rec department. And I told her, I was like, I can sing. I'll go sing to the people, And so I used to go in and I would bring my little. I had this little karaoke machine at the time, and I would bring it in with my cassette tape, and I would come and sing songs, some older songs like Mac the Knife and My Way, and, old crooner type songs. And there were like a room filled with seniors who were living with things like Alzheimer's and dementia. And the music would come on and they would remember every word and be singing along, and like they wouldn't know. Some of them, like they used to come, some of them wouldn't remember me from the last time I was there, like, but these songs like would stick with them. And I will never forget how powerful that was, and being like, wow, music really does have the ability to go outside of space and time,
Mhm.
to affect people in a positive way. So that's one. And I think, I don't know. I go back to, the music education I had as a whole, even from school to being in the choir at church, um, and the chances that I'm always so grateful for the chances that my teachers took on me, giving me solos, and Mr. S making me the first and youngest drum major that the high school ever had. And so things like moments like that, where, and I expressed this to him when I saw him in person, like, I don't even think I knew at the time how much that meant to me, until looking back now. Like, that was my first experience with leadership. That was my first
Mhm.
experience, getting to to feel like someone trusted me. Like, just
Mm.
even themes like that, that I'm like, it taught me so much more beyond the music on the page or the music in my ears. So I have to go back to the music education. And then now, this year in particular, the end of last year, I said, I want to see a lot of shows this year. And I have seen a lot of shows this year. A lot of shows this year. We went the other night to see Wayne Newton, who I don't even, I mean, I know his music, but I never really knew a lot about his life. And this was a up close with Wayne Newton. So he did a lot of storytelling throughout the whole concert. And he was friends with Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. and Elvis Presley. Like, those were his people. And
Mm.
so getting him to hear him tell all of these stories, and then I just completely lost it at the end. He came out and he sang My Way by Frank Sinatra, and sang that song, and had the projectors playing through all of these pictures and clips of his whole life, all of the
Wow.
times he sang for the troops, and all of the times he was on TV, and how many years he's been in Las Vegas performing. And I'm just literally sobbing through the whole thing. Um
That's goosebumps.
it really was just a moment. And because he's in his 80s now, you don't know, how much time anybody has. And so to get to experience that was so incredible. And I will never be able to say this enough. Every show we have been to this year, we see a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, using their platform to be divisive right now. And every show we've seen has been a message of unity, of joy, of love, of peace, like, just having a good time. and
Mhm.
and I'm just so thankful that every show we've seen this year has been magical in that way. So this year in particular has been a big one, as far as like consuming music and having musical experiences, and I won't ever forget it. It's been amazing.
I'm so glad that you were intentional about going for shows. I think it's so wonderful. Like, you experience so much, and wow, that moment, I'm sure, like seeing his life, and woof, that's a reflection and a half. And I'm so glad he did that, because I think sometimes people wait too long to do that, like, or we don't do it at all. So I think that's really powerful. And I feel like I kind of got to experience that a bit for myself, because I just finished this Monday music career mentorship program that I've been running for like 11 weeks.
Mm.
And at the end, I was just kind of getting feedback from all the people I've mentored, like their thoughts. And I was like so teary. I was like, guys, oh my,
Oh, love it.
I was like, but the whole 11 weeks was me trusting my intuition, but most importantly was because each lesson I would have like what I want to teach them, but I'd always have a section for my journey. So I'd share from my journey, whether like how I got to do marketing for my music or different aspects of my career. And I would be like, I've done all this, because you have to obviously think through your career to be able to put the stuff together. And I was like, if anyone is wondering if you should mentor people, just do it for that one reason. It will remind you how much you've done, because so many times we forget and we're on to the next and on to the next. And so doing this program, that program really made me realize how much I'd done. And so it made me deeply grateful for music and the doors it opened and what I have in my life. And so, yeah, it felt a bit like, what he did with like reflecting. So I got to do that over 11 weeks. It was, it was emotional.
Yeah, I love that. And I think, we were talking about this. I was talking about this with Teresa, who's out in the audience today. She's been teaching an art class in our community, and she had told me that one of the most uplifting things to her is getting to see her students of the class be successful with what she taught. Like, that's such a huge gratitude for her. And she's like, that means more to me than the art itself, just seeing how much it's changing the lives of the people that I'm teaching. And so it's so emotional. You I think about too, like some of these big, we went last, when was it? I don't know. We went last week or the week before. I don't know. We saw Chicago, and Chicago, I cried almost through that whole show. But at some point, I posted a video of that I took of one of the songs they played, where the entire arena, which by the way was packed, 10,000 people. The entire arena was full, everybody singing in unison, and I sort of panned the audience, and I was thinking about what it must be like to stand on a stage in front of that many people and hear everybody singing your song.
Oof.
What an I mean, I can't even that many people. I've been on stage before, and it feels wonderful, obviously, when you get applause and everybody's singing, but 10,000 people, like, this is probably why I'm not a big performer like that, because I would just pass out, right?
No,
I just
know.
would.
We'd have someone there who's like, Jessica.
Wake up. Note for future, in case that ever happens to you guys. Please get smelling salts ready.
Yes.
But do you feel that when you perform too? Like, do you have just like a moment where are you able to take it in the moment?
Yeah, I think I've learned to do that a lot. I think also it's like performing to people and because I like doing audience engagement a lot and getting people to sing certain parts of the song, and it sounds so beautiful, them singing back to you, or even just people knowing your music, honestly. So like there was another time, I remember like a couple of, maybe 2, 3 months ago, and I was at a shopping center, and there was someone who was selling internet. And then, I was like, oh no, thanks, I already have this internet provider. And they were like, are you Olivia Ambani? I was like, yes, that's me. And then they're like, I know this song. And they knew
yay.
Song. I was like, what? And it was one of the Electro House ones. So I didn't think many people know all my songs for that. And he was like, yeah, I know this song. I like this lyric. And And so it's so moving. So anytime anyone comes to me, I like just take a moment and take it in, because I'm just like, you could listen to anything else. You could have talked to anyone else, but you came up to me. So I think I'm learning to just really take it in and just like, I actually do that motion a lot, like where I receive it, because I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. I did that. I remember doing that when we finished the musical evening of giving a couple years ago, when it was a few hours event, and afterwards I just remember just taking it in and being like, wow, this was a moment. Like, and so I'm trying to get better about that myself, of really learning to appreciate it in the moment and not waiting until years down the road when I can choose to process it. It's something. It's something. So listen, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I want to so give you time to think about it too. I want to ask you, what 2 songs are you most grateful for? And I'll set the ground rules. One of them can be yours. One of them can be yours.
Okay.
And then when we come back, you guys drop, I already saw Teresa did it, but you guys drop your 2 songs that you are most grateful for. I know it's hard to choose, but you have let me see how much time I can give you. 1 minute and 47 seconds. Okay, go.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. We're here with Olivia Ambani today, and we're talking about gratitude and music and how they go together. Everybody's panicking out in the audience because before break, I asked everyone to choose the top 2 songs that they are most grateful for in their life. And you know what? I was struggling too. I was struggling too. We're gonna start with Teresa. Teresa said 2 songs that saved my life and gave me hope when I was young, both by Tom Petty, "Running Down a Dream" and "I Won't Back Down." I love "I Won't Back Down." What that's up there on my list for sure, for sure. Olivia, let's see. Brittany said, "Dog Days Are Over" and "Better Than Just Fine." We know that one. Yes. Love it.
Oh,
Okay, Olivia, what do you think? What do you think for yours?
oh. So I thought the first one, for me, honestly, was Better Than Just Fine. That
Mm.
absolutely changed my life, my career, everything. So my song, Better Than Just Fine. It's so great to be on someone else's list as well. And the second one is called Mary Did You Know? Like, I don't know who it's Garden, but that was the first solo I ever got to do complete. And my music teacher in Brookhouse, where I was going, like, I remember I was like, I'd like to do. So we had this Christmas play and a Christmas concert that was and I auditioned, and he was like, yeah. And so I did Mary Did You Know? And to this day, I still have parents and people tell me, well, remember when you did Mary Did You Know? So Mary Did You Know would be my second pick, because it was the first time I was actually given a solo. So yeah.
I love that. And I'm over here giggling for 2 reasons. One, my daughter's friend that goes to the high school over here, they're performing that song for Christmas. So we were just talking about that the other day. I love the pentatonics version of that song, like takes your
So
breath away. So
right.
good. Love that song. So for mine, I also picked a song that I did as a solo, which was on. It was I don't think it was my first solo, but it's one that I really remember so clearly. We had done in the 5th grade an Americana themed concert at Eastern Point Elementary School. And I got to sing God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood. And that song, to this day, I cry every time I hear it. It just is so beautiful. And I think about the words of the song. If tomorrow all the things were gone that I've worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I'd thank my lucky stars that I am where I am. Like, it's about gratitude. It's about peace. It's about what you can do. And so that song always gets me every time. And my other one, not to go with the class here, but better than just fine. It's my second one, not just because you're here, but I've shared this before. You know, my theme song for the longest time was Just Fine by Mary J. Blige. That song got me through my divorce, time in my life that was really, really difficult. That album had come out. I still feel like it had come out at the time that was just perfect. But even though I had gotten through that time and that song had gotten me through that, I still, after that, you know, had been through so many challenges to figure out who I am again after a marriage that destroyed who I was as an individual. And so then your song comes along and I'm like, no, I'm not just fine. I'm not just whatever. I'm better than that. And I'm learning and I love it. And so that's how that became my
Oh,
favorite one.
I love it. I love it. You
I
know,
love
it's
it.
so interesting to hear like other people how they connect to a song that you've written and performed, and that's, I think, to me that's a part of why I do music, like for that, because that's what music has done for me. So I'm so happy.
I love it. I love it. All right. So listen, we're gonna do birthdays really quick. You ready? Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, you guys. For the birthdays, I already told you I'm not messing around with the celebrity birthdays right now. I'm not doing it. But the celebrities in my life who I love very much. Breakthrough Show alumni Griselda Beck has a birthday today. My friend Erin McDonald has a birthday today. Went to school with her husband for the longest time, and she was friends with my brother and his friends group. So it's cool to see how that came about. So happy birthday, Aaron. And also my cousin over in Germany, Robert Solt, has a birthday today. Happy birthday to all of you guys. Do you have anybody you're celebrating today, Olivia?
Yeah, on the 10th, which was I think Sunday, one of my longest friends, her name is Asiri Pereira. She had a birthday. We have been friends for so long. Like we went to, I think, preschool together, and all the way she left when I was like in high school and moved back to Sri Lanka. So yeah, celebrating Asiri.
I love that. I love that. Happy birthday, Asiri. I hope you have an amazing day. Or just do what we say to do here, celebrate the whole month, because why not?
Yeah.
I love it. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Asiri, Griselda, Robert, and Aaron. Happy birthday to you. You know what? I'm grateful for that music too, because I will tell you what, even if I'm having a rough time with a show or whatever, anytime I start playing that song, I'm just bopping in my chair. It makes me so happy. I love it. Anything that you have going on, Olivia? Anything that you're working on or want to share about today?
For me, no, honestly, just gratitude for life, for music, for the show. Like I was telling you before I came on the show that I was having a bit of a week. So,
Yeah.
you know, being here and like focusing on joy, it's amazing what happens when you focus on joy. It kind of just recenters everything. So it also gave me clarity on like how I want to deal with certain situations. So honestly, for me, it's just gratitude for this show, and thank you for having me as a co-host. It's been amazing this year to do this. So yeah, that's what I'm focusing on right now. Gratitude for this show.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much. I always appreciate you being here, and I share with all of you that are co-hosts with me. I love doing this show, and I love just talking about whatever, but it's always nice to have somebody to go back and forth with and share thoughts with, because it can open your mind to new things, and then make room for more joy, because we love that.
Yes.
Makes Brittany happy. Brittany's happy. And guys, I get to see today. I get to see Brittany in exactly 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you
Ooh.
guys. Brittany will be here. Her and her family are coming for Thanksgiving. And so we're
Oh,
having Thanksgiving together. And she will be here for the premiere of the documentary, which is also her daughter's birthday. So we'll be having cake and all kinds of fun stuff. So it's going to be great.
lots
Two
of fun things.
weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today, this afternoon, you guys, we do have virtual co-working happening at 12:50 p.m. Eastern time. You can go to the breakthroughshownetwork.com. There's still a couple little tweaks happening, but the website has been rebuilt completely from the top to bottom. New copy, some new photos. Like I said, there's still a couple things that are happening, but I'm going to show you guys around the website on Friday's show. So tune in for that. And Leah will be back on Friday. My daughter Leah, my youngest daughter Leah. You guys have loved her coming on the show. In fact, we were celebrating in the last host meeting. Two of my daughter's shows made it in the top 10 episodes for last month, and she was just
Oh,
thrilled. So she loves coming on here and being with you guys, and so thank you for your support in that. But she'll be back on Friday, and hope to see you this afternoon for co-working. Any final thoughts you'd like to leave us with today, Olivia?
choose joy. Choose joy. Be stubborn with your joy. I know there's so much going on in this world, whether it's friends, family, things you thought would happen or wouldn't happen. But choose joy. I promise you it's worth it. Yeah.
Love it. Be stubborn with your joy. That's going on a t-shirt today, you guys. Going on a t-shirt. All right. I love you guys so much today. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you to all of you for wherever you're tuning in from in the world. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day, because you are the joy. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.